Okay, so the first thing that's really useful for academic research is called Amazon Mechanical Turk. So the idea here is that Amazon has created a virtual marketplace for work where you can post a task as a requester, any task, say that you'll pay someone a certain amount of money, and then there's a huge number of people who will come and do your task for whatever sort of price the market sets. And you can access people from all across the world as well as the US, and you can also restrict it as to where you want people from. So what this means is task is often things like labeling images, but for psychologists, a task is running an experiment. So the idea is that you go online and you post an experiment. You just sort of have a simple template that says how much it's paying and what it involves. Then people come and sign in, and they just take the link and do it. They're totally anonymized already, so it's not that hard to get IRB. If you Google or find people who set this up already, you should be able to find information. And so they come in, they just sign up, they do the experiment, and then you decide whether to pay them or not and how much. So what it means is that they're pretty disciplined participants. You can actually get a much broader cross-section than you can in the lab, and you can get them on demand. Honestly, if you post this on Christmas Eve, you will get participants at least 100 by midday on Christmas Day. You can do it on New Year's Day. At any point, there'll be people online who do this kind of thing. So basically, you just go to Amazon Mechanical Turk, you set up an account, you have to link a credit card to it, but once you've got an account and everything set up, you can just sign in. And so, this thing is the wrong size. Anyway, okay. So you just sort of make this simple template, which is
They've changed things.
yeah, they did. And I figured it out last time when it had on a huge screen, but now
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to find the interface where we have all our experiments saved.
Oh.
Create.
Huh?
Create.
Create.
Down on the bottom.
Ah, okay, perfect. Thank you.
I just started using it 2 days ago, so I'm used to the new interface.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot. So you can see people just have various experiments. So you just would, for example, click on this. But it doesn't work with the new interface. Okay, you must click on that, I guess. Ah, okay, edit. Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. So this is called a HITS, human intelligence task, and so basically it's like posting a task for someone to do. So you just go down. There's this built-in thing they give, a simple HTML editor. So what you would do is you'd actually just make the simplest one you can find, and just put a survey link into it. It could be a link to a survey software. It could be a link to your personal program, whatever you want. And then the idea is that they come in here, they see it, they click, they go and do it. And all you have to do is give them some kind of identifying number that they then go and type into Mechanical Turk, and they submit that. And once they submit that, you can see whether they've actually done it, and you can approve them. You can use a unique number. You can also just use a random 4-digit number and assume that people won't actually share it, which seems to be the case so far.
As far as I can tell, you can also use the worker ID.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that true? Okay.
Yeah, you could have them type that in and then just check that when they submit it. Yeah. Okay, and so that's pretty much it. And you post this, and then you can get as many participants as you want. You do need something that interfaces with the web, but because of how they've got it set up, it's really easy to use. In terms of knowing how to use mTurk, there are a lot of resources online, and I have a page that summarizes at least the ones that I've seen, so I can send that out. It's like how you get people to sign up, tips for getting people to not game the system, how you can actually do experiments with multiple delays. So it's hard to get people to come back into the lab, but it's much easier to have someone do an hour experiment, then come back a week later, a week later, a week later. So it actually expands the range of studies that you can do, because you can pay people very cheaply, and you get much higher participation rates. When I've collected measures of whether people are paying attention or not, mTurk participants are much less likely to fail than a Berkeley undergrad. And so there's information here. There's blogs and so on that have information about that. So I can share that, and you can sort of see if it makes sense. But I would highly recommend it. I mean, it's not unreasonable to expect to run 800 participants on a 20-minute task for about $300 within 2 weeks.
What are you looking at right now?
This is just on my website that has some information about it that I found I aggregated from people.
So how cheap is cheap?
Cheap is sort of up to the marketplace and also people's individual conscience. So, but I mean, oh, sorry. Let me just stop this a second. Wait, did it stop?